Lavender Town. You know. I actually don't quite know. But I'm here to assist Glitchy in this breaking down of Lavender Town and the deaths and suicides linked to it. So, yeah.
So, yeah, Lavender Town. The one game that's caused real suicides. Now, the theory behind it is that the colors and sounds of the music would send signals to your brain and it would cause a seizure. And what better way to cover up a seizure than blame it on a suicide? I know kids have seizures, but the first thing you would hop to is suicide. Because no kid, unless they're really misfortunate, and I feel bad for those who do, but if they have seizures, no one's going to think it was a seizure, because it's very unlikely. So, we're covering Lavender Town, and the story of how it was popular, and now it disappeared from the internet. It's even got a game on GameJolt called Escape from Lavender Town. I do recommend you go play it, but make sure you got a few antiviruses installed, because it is on GameJolt, and we know how games are on GameJolt. They can cause viruses, and most of them are pretty bad. Getting info for this video, I got like 2 or 3 viruses just by getting some of the info for this video. Anyway, I think it's Feet's turn, so here you go, Feet.
Yeah, so as Glitchy was saying, it could have led to suicides, and as you can see here, we actually have the music and the Lavender Town syndrome. Pretty much what it is after listening to the original song of Lavender Town, there was reported suicides or seizures and deaths. We don't exactly know. See, it's a big mystery, and the fact that it just randomly disappeared off the internet. Now, the main reason it kind of just poofed out of existence, and the fact that it's not here on the internet anymore, is even bigger of a mystery than Lavender Town itself in Pokemon Red and Blue, I believe. I don't quite remember, but the story is pretty messed up, and the way it came to be is, apparently, in this article, it talks about the background and the design. You're free to pause the video and read it, but it says it's made up. This is the Wikipedia. It became a creepypasta, but I think a lot of other creepypastas kind of took it by storm, and that's the main reason it disappeared. But the highest peak of this, it was pretty insane. There was a lot of reported deaths. Yeah, so here we have some side effects of the actual whatever Lavender Town syndrome or the music. We'll start April 12th, 1996, parentheses 11. Obstruct sleeping apnea, severe migraines, don't know what that is, tetanus, that's not good. I don't know. General irritability, insomnia, addiction to video games, nosebleeds, develops into violent streaks against others, and eventually himself. April 27, 1996. Cluster headaches, irritability, and eventually took mixed painkillers. March 4th, 1996. Migraines, sluggish and slow behavior, unresponsiveness, okay, developed into deafness and went missing. Body discovered beside road, April 20th, 1996, so about 16 days after. And another creepy thing is I was listening to the original track, and I got a bit of a migraine when I was actually listening to it. I don't know what to think of that, but there's just a little something for you. And also, I don't know, but me and Glitchy were working together, we're collaborating, and we actually had a hard time figuring out how to import the images, and when we imported them, they just weren't there. they physically were not there. So we had a lot of problems, we had a ton of viruses. So yeah, it was pretty unnerving, but I'll hand it to GIitchy now so he can talk and figure it out himself and see what to make of this.
Alright, so Feet just finished his part, but it's hard to explain, but yes, I got a few viruses while getting the research, and no, the photos did not appear anywhere. So, if you're gonna get into this kind of stuff yourself, I recommend you get a few antivirus programs before you do this, because if it wasn't for these programs, I would probably have a lot of viruses, including malware, adware, and many more. But, yes, it does cause headaches, because Feet listened to it for 4 seconds while I was AFK, and he got headaches. And it was a cluster headache. And he listened to it for only 4 seconds. So, in continuation, we have a few things to point out. The first one, April 12th, 1996. Obstructive sleep apnea, severe migraines. Okay, the first one's not much to mention. The second one, May 23rd, 1996. Insomnia, addiction to video game, nosebleeds, developed violent streaks against others and eventually himself. Keep that one in mind. April 27th, 1996. Cluster headaches, and eventually took mixed painkillers, sorry. Then March 4th, 1996. All of these took place within just a month. Sluggish and slow behavior, unresponsiveness, developed to deafness, and went missing. Body discovered beside road, April 20th, 1996. Now, I want you to focus on the first one and the third one. They happened within 2 weeks of each other. Alright? Now, we all know the second one, he killed himself. But, around the same time, April 27th and March 4th, within a week span, 2 people killed themselves in the same way. One overdosed on painkillers, but yet exactly a week after, took migraines. And so, yeah, they both died.
So yeah, these were all in just, just some examples, but also think about it. You have the fact that we said at the beginning that potentially, I don't know, the fact, we got seizures. Well, we have people ODing, in the second one, here we have listed, somehow, he was only 12. In the parentheses, if you look right there in the parentheses, May 23rd, 1996, 12 years old. He killed himself. He was hurting other people and eventually himself. A 7-year-old ran away, went missing, and found dead. An 11-year-old was taking painkillers. I don't know what else to say, guys. Yeah, we're gonna, I think, pretty much, this, I don't know how, so apparently the rhythm was so catchy, it was like apparently I was looking up and it said something about a binaural beat or something. In the comments, please tell us what a binaural beat is, and look it up, please. But, apparently they had killed themselves, and it was quite odd and terrible. We have 2 11-year-olds, a 12-year-old, and a 7-year-old. That's terrible. So, they're all very linked, as GIitchy was saying. They're so close together. It was almost like planned. But, yeah, I'm gonna hand it back over to GIitchy for a second.
So to wrap this all up, the story itself is gone. This happened almost 2 decades ago. So it's pretty old. The whole thing is sad, and we do not recommend you listen to the song yourself. It's okay to listen to the American release, just not the Japanese release. And no, I'm not racist in any way, but if you... It's the one song that all this is linked to. And it's very unfortunate that this happened to these 4 people. And note, the one at the bottom is 7. A 7-year-old. It's not normal. Is there something deeper with this game? I don't know. But yes, there is definitely something up with it. But the real question here is, why would Nintendo use something so bad knowing that it does this to people?